Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And here we go from Chicago. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Go! Ready?
Williams starting with the pass here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We knew we were in store for some crazy blitz packages from this defense, and already one play in, and that linebacker gets home for the sack. Critical now for this offense to identify what you're seeing and for this defense to continue to frustrate and get after the quarterback.
Trying again following the sack. On the move, headed right. He takes it himself.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the first down.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Williams to throw. Escapes the puck. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And that punt hits and kicks out of bounds beyond the opposing 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
We go tonight.
Patrick going to motion over left. Throwing right away here, Goff. And he nearly gave it away to start this game. Almost an interception, but instead, a gift. They get it back for 2nd down.
We go tonight.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Trying for the deep ball. Oh, he nearly starts the game off with a pick. Just couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive play, though, regardless. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Goff on 3rd. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw, almost an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Running it with David Montgomery. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They gain 14 on the play, and that gives the Lions the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
These two NFC North teams have played one so far. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're all set to bring you the second quarter. Lions well within striking distance. First down throw from Goff. Cut near the goal line. And this is down all the way to the 3. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions get the game's first points here in the second. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
And he'll get in. That gives him an 8-0 lead. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for two. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Pat the 60, pat the 60. Ready, ready?
Working from the gun, Williams. Hits his target, that's DJ Moore. And he'll get it up to the 44. Working quickly here. First down, Williams. Finds him over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First down throw by Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Now second and 19 at the Lions' 40-yard line.
On the set.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. The Bears with the football. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Here we go.
Another try following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Set. Go.
To throw, Williams. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Brian Branch has it. And the Lions get it back with a nice return to boot, down inside the 30.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life, really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. Able to find right. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Goff to the air now. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Sending a receiver left. He's got the ball on the sideline. Ooh, difficult play, small gain, but it counts. 1st down.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Wright reels it in. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Throwing again, it's Goff. And in for the Detroit touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
So the Lions giving it another go, trying for 2 once more. He's throwing for it! And no connection on the 2-point try. It fails. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half.
Let's go now.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it sets up 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Looking to throw. He's on the move. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released, and that sure altered the throw.
Back to throw it. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Craig Reynolds to return it. And he gets him into a good spot, just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half, and that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
Taken in by Williams outright. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? Patrick going to motion over left. Quickly looking left, and it's complete. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Goff on 1st and 10. It's taken in by Williams. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions grow the lead coming out of halftime. David Montgomery with the touchdown. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generation.
Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. The 50. The 30. And that is 2 points the other way as he takes the pick the entire way back. So the decision to go for 2 does result in a nice boost, Brock, but not for the team we were expecting, thanks to an alert play and a lengthy jog downfield from that defender.
Yeah, it took everybody. In order to do that and make that happen, it really was all 11 and then just a superhuman effort. You say jog, I say a sprint to glory.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Williams throwing again here on 2nd down. Escape, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions to get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
This one misses the tight end. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Ball taken in at the 36. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And the Lions will go on offense. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now Goff. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they face 2nd down. Defense showing blitz. Goff has the connection to right. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he gets him around 6 there. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
We go.
They send a tight end in motion. Running on 2nd with Montgomery. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a gain of 4 there. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Throw complete to Williams. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. They're now set for 1st and 10. Goff setting to throw. Got Williams, and it's complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He keeps it himself. And he's in for the touchdown. The Lions put up even more points in a win. It's a Jared Goff touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to seen those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Fielded just shy of the end zone. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Set the knee. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Check go.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's complete. Cole Kmet. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Chicago 1st down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. Williams to throw on 1st. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Out of the pistol, Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
He was looking Keenan Allen's way there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Desperation time here on 4th. They connect for the first. And he'll be touchdown after a big play. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw by Williams. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Let's go now.
At the 11-yard line.
Staying grounded with Swift. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Working from the gun, Williams. And in for the Chicago touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Bears offense, look at this. They haven't moved. They're going for 2.
The Bears will line up for the 2-point
Trying for it on the ground. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Here's Raymond on the return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
What? What's that?
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's trying to push the field. And this is into the end zone, but incomplete. It was a win no matter what. So they decided, hey, let's try for another touchdown, the knee it out. Either way, this one's over. So the Lions get the win on the road. And Brock, we all know any win is a good win, but playing against a division rival, oh, it always feels so much better dealing that one in the L column.
These are the teams that know you best, Kate, but also the ones that you know best. So yes, it is just a little bit sweeter when you take care of business in your own division.
So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions.